around a narcissistic individual is devastating. If you are raised by one, it can shape your personality. If you meet one later in life, it can strip you of your identity. Being in a relationship with a narcissist negatively impacts you in so many ways, often leaving long-lasting emotional scars to heal and overcome. Narcissistic individuals erode your self-esteem. Narcissists will frequently go all out to devalue you, to belittle you, to criticize you. Yet they do it under the pretense that they're only trying to guide you. They're only trying to help you. They're only trying to support you. They only want what is best for you, leading to a diminished self-worth and constant self-doubt. They don't want what's best for you. They don't want to see you do well. They want to keep you at their beck and call. And over the time, you question your abilities, you question your value, you question your worth. Being around a narcissistic individual can leave you with constant anxiety as you begin to walk on eggshells around them, fearing the key in the door or the car on the driveway. The unpredictability of a narcissist's behaviour and the emotional roller coaster that they create leads to that heightened sense of anxiety, because you never know when you're going to say the wrong word, what kind of mood they're going to come home in, how they're going to react to something. 1 minute everything can be going well, and the next minute they flip the script, they storm off and they fall silent on you. You find yourself walking on eggshells, constantly fearing the next outburst or the next rejection. Emotional exhaustion. Narcissistic relationships are incredibly draining and very emotionally draining. The constant need to cater to their demands, to their desires, the constant need to manage their moods can leave you feeling overwhelmed and depleted over time. Altered reality. We often end up with that cognitive dissonance because our beliefs of who they potentially can be doesn't match up with who they are. They can treat you with such generosity and kindness next minute and 1 minute, and then the next minute they're ignoring you and blaming you and moving on to somebody new. Narcissists also use a ton of gaslighting to distort your perception of reality, to drive you into believing that you're the one that's going crazy, you're the one that's misremembering things. You begin to doubt your own memories, your own experiences, struggling to see what is real and what is fabricated. And a narcissist will validate the false beliefs that serve the narcissistic individual. Isolation. Narcissistic individuals go all out to not only isolate you from your friends and your family, they can isolate you from your finances, from your career, from your desires, your dreams, your hopes, your hobby. And this often leads to a sense of loneliness and dependency on the narcissist for any sort of social interaction. Health issues. Often due to all the complications and the stress of the relationship, people can end up with many different health issues, from fibromyalgia to high blood pressure to chronic migraines to weight gain and weight loss. There's so many different health issues that people end up struggling with due to being around or being in a narcissistic relationship. Chronic guilt. You might constantly feel guilty for things that you haven't even done, things that you haven't even said, for not meeting the narcissist's unrealistic expectations of you, draining you. And this guilt is used as a tool by the narcissist to emotionally manipulate you so that they can get their needs met. The loss of identity. Over time, you lose sight of your own goals, your own interests, your own values. You become consumed by the narcissist's needs and desires. This loss of self is challenging to start to reconnect with who you are before the relationship began. And you lose yourself due to the eroded self-esteem, due to the anxiety, the emotional exhaustion, the health issues, the altered reality, the isolation, feeling guilty for things that you're not even responsible for. The best way to heal from these is recognize the narcissist for who they are, recognize their behaviors, and then it says more about who they are as a person than it ever will you. Recognize the changes that it has had on you, have that self-awareness, and then begin your journey to healing and recovery. Slowly stepping out there and building up your confidence again by doing things and finishing things and showing yourself that you can, by working on your triggers for anxiety and finding the correct coping mechanisms for you as an individual, by having that self-care and having that rest when you need, because it can be draining in the relationship and in recovery, by starting to journal so that you can put your reality back into place, by getting out there, doing hobbies again, meeting new people, contacting friends and family, and jumping over that hurdle. Anxiety does play a part in this, so it's part of jumping over that anxiety and building your confidence, showing yourself that you can do something. And remember to not feel guilty about things that you're not responsible for. If anyone has any thoughts on this video or anything that helped them build their identity back up after a narcissistic relationship, please do add those into the comments for people reading. Thank you very much to all the returning subscribers and your continued support with the channel. It's greatly appreciated. If you are new to the channel, I'm Elizabeth Shaw. This channel is all about narcissistic behaviour, to give you more understanding of the people you might be dealing with within your life, how to handle yourself around those people if you cannot go no contact, and different methods to find what works for you to help you understand and overcome narcissistic and emotional abuse. If you do find the information helpful on the channel, please do subscribe. If you are looking for further help and support in understanding and overcoming narcissistic and emotional abuse, I do have several online guides available, and those teachable links are in the video description. If you're looking for someone to speak to, I have partnered with BetterHelp, and their sponsored link is also in the video description. I do also have several books out on Amazon if anyone would like to take a look at those. There is the book on how to create boundaries around those who have no respect for your boundaries, such as narcissistic individuals. The hilarious and horrifying narcissistic memes and their meanings, which is the relatively new book, which is the memes and quotes that I've shared over social media and the meanings behind those. There is the Narcissist Handbook, which is the ultimate guide to understanding and overcoming narcissistic and emotional abuse, which is all about the personality disorder itself and their behaviours and the effects that it has on you. Then there is Healing from Narcissistic Abuse, a guided journal for empowerment and recovery, which is less about reading and more about journaling and self-awareness and acknowledgement and emotional healing and rebuilding your identity. And then there is 15 Laws to deal with narcissistic people, how to stay sane and break the chain if you cannot go no contact with a narcissistic individual. If anyone is interested in any of those, they are all available on Amazon. Thank you very much for watching. Go out there and create the day that you deserve, because you do deserve to have an amazing day. Bye.